Hello one, hello all, and welcome to another episode of Sharks. Sharks and Santa Claus? I've mentioned in previous videos that I used to watch really dumb movies with my friend, like B-horror movies like Lamageddon, Velocipaster, or Rubber, which is a horror movie about a literal tire. Today we will be talking about one of the best B-horror shark movies. Movies like Sharknado, Sharks of the Corn, Ouija Shark 2. I'm currently looking up shark movies. Shark Encounters of the Third Kind. And Soul Surfer. Don't compare this movie to your run-of-the-mill shark movies, because this shark movie is special. Because it's Christmas, baby! We got Santa Claus! Michael, it's... Well, you can't see outside. It's April! It's never too early for Christmas, baby! What are you talking about? Oh, the weather outside is really bad. The weather outside is really bad. What's better than spending quality time with your family watching a Santa Claus shark kill people? Brings us all together, you know? If you enjoy watching these types of horror movies or me talking about these types of horror movies, make sure to bite that like button, slay that subscribe button. I'm sorry. That was horrible. And just press the bell, because as we've stated, the bell is cool. The bell is fine. The bell is like our little boy. You know, he's our son. Hey guys, Editor Michael here. I made a lot of mistakes during this video. I'm gonna fess up about it right now. I didn't ever state what this movie was, what the title is. I don't know how this happens. You'll see me again. The title of this movie is Santa Jaws. I don't know how this happened, okay? I don't have an excuse. My 9 to 5 exhausts me every day, and I want to do this out of creative intent. Please, be kind to me. I'm sorry. This movie is Santa Jaws. Okay, you'll see me again. So this movie has one of the hardest cold openings in any movie I've ever seen, by opening on a dock in Port City with Santa Claus pointing a Christmas tree towards a girl tied up to a pole, demanding that the spirit of Christmas demands a sacrifice, and jump into the water with a shark. A tatted up Santa wearing a tank top pointing a Christmas tree like a weapon. It's like, wow, I'm hooked! I'm hooked! This is a hook! Then a random guy shows up and has this pun battle with Santa Claus.
Better watch out! You better not die!
No sugar cookies for you. You're gonna eat your words. See you in Jingle Hell.
And after the guy kicks Santa Claus into the water and the shark eats Santa Claus, we cut to a kid drawing a comic.
Hey, Cody. What?
Boo! This whole thing was a comic? Boo! The kid writing this comic is such a loser, okay? He is mean to everybody. He has no emotional intelligence. Granted, his drawings are good. His drawings are pretty cool, you know? But the dude puts himself on this pedestal way above everyone else. He's an apathetic loser. But he's drawing up this comic, and then he goes home. When he's at home, he pulls out some binoculars and spies on the girl next door with his binoculars. And then when she looks over at the window, he's like, "That wasn't me! I'm not a creep!" And honestly, it just gets much worse for this character down here. I can only defend him so long, and I haven't even defended him yet. Also, while we're in this kid's house, I just noticed that the kid has a whole pew in his house. Who in their right mind as like an interior decorator and is like, you know what would go really well on that wall over there? A pew. It's not gonna be comfortable to sit in, but we can look at it. Wow, that really is a pew over there. That was a choice. But in the scene, Cody walks out of his room to greet his extended family that comes over to their house for a Christmas party. When everyone is greeting each other and Cody comes out, everyone goes silent. Like everyone is stepping on glass to make sure they don't say the wrong thing to piss off this kid. It's so weird. I don't know if this was like purposeful or not, but even so, it's like, oh, here comes Cody. Hey. How you doing, bud? You doing good? You still drawing those cartoons? They're comics. Comics. Okay. Everyone clap. Then Cody gets this text from his friend that said that the principal texted their mom, and then that the principal of the school is going to text Cody's mom about something that Cody drew, which was just the principal holding a whip and like being authoritarianism to the kids. And then when Cody's mom stops Cody from going to his room being like, "Get back here, mister," he does the most "Yikes,
Cody.
was that me?" move. And then because of this drawing, his parents decide to ground him, and Christmas is in 2 days. That's rough. What happened to the spirit of giving? Maybe give some grace. Jeez, you drew a comic? You're starving tonight, okay?
I'm gonna do something really irrational.
Okay, maybe just stay in your room for 5 minutes. God, okay, this kid is scary. Later, Cody is talking to Mike while Mike is having a smoke outside, and Mike leaves his lighter by accident when he goes to take a call. And Mike is Cody's uncle. I guess I should have mentioned that. Let me actually just like go back. Let's just rewind a little bit. Let me establish all the characters. Cody is the main kid. Steve is the kid that is Cody's friend from the comic shop. The comic store owner, I don't know his name. I don't care. Grandpa is Grandpa. I think like in the credits, he's just Grandpa or like Grandpa Joe or something. Then there's the dad, the mom. Mike is the uncle. Georgina is Mike's girlfriend. And Cody's brother is Josh. There were only like 7 characters in this movie. I think that was it. Fast forward again. Mike is talking to Cody while they're outside. Mike is having a smoke. He takes a call, goes inside, leaves his lighter on the table. And Cody picks up the lighter and is like, huh. Lighter. Usually at this point you're like, okay, this lighter is gonna play a very crucial part in the movie. Like later on down the road, this lighter is gonna be important. And it's just never brought back up again. It's just like screen padding. Cody goes back to his room and sees a box with a little string wrapped around it. He opens it up and it's a pin. And he's like, whoa, very cool looking metal pin. Then he traces over Santa Jaws, which is his comic about Santa Claus shark. Santa Jaws. Traces over it and is like, my life sucks. Everyone hates me. Why does everyone hate me? Cody, if you can hear me, Cody, get some help. Therapy is healthy. It's not a sign of weakness. It's helpful for the human body. You know, it'll be better for everyone. I know you're a fictional character, but in an alternate universe, maybe you're watching my videos. In an alternate universe, Santa Jaws is real. But as he's tracing over this shark, a shining light shines from a star, and it's like, your wish is granted. Green shows up from the water at the port, and then Santa Jaws appears and carries away some Christmas lights. Just basically the pen just creates things, whatever you draw. The next day, Papa gets Cody to go fishing with him at the dock. Even though Cody's not supposed to be out because he's grounded over Christmas. What's he supposed to do on Christmas morning? Hey, I hear y'all opening presents out there. Can I come out? No! You're grounded! I'm never gonna draw again! Oh, this life is so unfair! That's 2 months grounded! And we're only gonna slide crackers under your door! This life is unfair! I hate it here! You know what? Maybe Cody was onto something. Being grounded over Christmas is insane. As Cody and Papa are going to the dock, Cody sees the girl outside stretching for going to a run because she runs. Cody tries to wave at her and he trips on a Christmas decoration and hits the ground. What a fool! What a fool! Literally 0 aura, 0 riz. That's what kids say. I know that's what kids say, okay? I know it. I know it! Google, what do kids say? What? Goo-goo! What do kids say? And then he gets up and says the most Disney sitcom line ever.
Not a creature was stirring, except for me, looking like an idiot.
When Cody and Papa get to the fishing spot, they're just talking, having an alright time. Papa pulls out the eggnog, has a snort.
Want a little snort?
Cody accidentally drops it into the water, and then Santa Jaws comes out and eats Papa! Oh, shoot! Holy cow, dude! Papa's dead! Grandpa reaches for the thermos, and Santa Jaws comes out, bites him, and pulls him in. And Cody is like, and then when Santa Jaws is going away, he's immediately like, Santa Jaws? Whoa. Huh. That's weird. Bro switches on a dime. Whoa, is that a shark? With a Santa Claus? Are you kidding me? Dude. That is ridiculous. That is, oh my gosh, that is so silly. Oh my gosh, I gotta tell my friends. That is so silly. Okay, wow. Wow, that is a horror I wish to have never experienced, but admittedly have just forgotten about. Do I have a grandpa? Do I don't have a grandpa anymore, he just died, right? When Corey gets home to tell everyone that grandpa died. Hello guys, editor Michael back again. Just wanted to say, I don't know why I call Cody Corey. No reason why. I've been watching Corey Kenshin, and maybe I'm mixing those two up, so I don't know. Yeah, okay. Back to the video. Because everyone's about to leave to go to some restaurant that the mom and dad own. Corey's like displaying worry in a way that doesn't even personally affect him, but worry in a way that's like, yo, what the heck? I'm gonna be alone in the house now because grandpa's not here. When Cody's talking about him, the mom's like, do I need to go inside to see if grandpa's there? And Cody's like, yes, go inside. And then the dad's like, don't be irrational, son. We're not doing that. Grandpa's car is not there. I don't know. Go inside to see if he's not there. Problem solved. Movie over. Okay? Well, not movie over, but, you know, everyone's... I hate the trope in movies how people are like, we're not gonna believe you until everybody dies and something really horrible happens. Like, I don't know. Maybe believe your son. They bring up, like, some stuff further into the movie, like, remember that one time that you said there was, like, a killer clown on the loose? That was a crazy prank, and that's why nobody believes you. Dude, this is different. Grandpapa's dead. Grandpapa died. Go check on Grandpapa, because Grandpapa ain't there. Should we go check on Grandpa? Dad's like, no. Sorry. You know what? I got a little heated. But we don't believe you, Cody, and we never will. Okay. Go to your room. We cut to inside of the house where Cody is stress eating Christmas candy and is talking about how he's going to convince everyone that Santa Jaws is real. And he's talking about how Santa Jaws killed Grandpa in the most nonchalant way ever. I'm just saying Cody had a healthy relationship with his grandfather, who went on annual fishing trips with him, and he was eaten right in front of him, eaten and killed and dragged into the water. How is Cody not crumbling under the weight of this catastrophic event? How is bro not curled up on the floor bawling? And I get that this was just a silly, funny movie. It is bad acting, okay? It is bad acting, I get it. But I like picnicking. What? Nitpicking. What? I like nitpicking. Oh my gosh, wait. I like oh my, am I having a stroke? I'm nitpicking. Oh my gosh. I like nitpicking bad movies. Why was that so hard to say? Some people will say that this is alpha behavior to just bottle your emotions. Don't do that, okay? Not healthy. Cody later goes to the comic store where he talks to his friend Steve and the comic store owner about what happened and asking for his Santa Jaws comic because he believes that Santa Jaws was the one who killed his grandfather. The comic store owner's like, oh, I gave that comic book to that girl who lives across from you. Cody's like, dadgummit. Well, me and Steve are gonna go to the dock. They go to the dock where the grandfather died, see the thermos bit in half. Cody is like, the only creature that could make a thermos go in half is a shark. You know what? I believe you. I don't know what I was thinking. Then when Cody and Steve decide to go check on the girl to get that comic from her, we cut to Mike and his girlfriend in a yacht that Mike rented for the Christmas parade. Mike's girlfriend is a Snapstagram influencer because they can't use any of the official names, I guess. While they're in the boat, Georgina goes off to take pictures of herself for her community, and Mike tries to get the boat to work, but it's stuck. So he goes to check the propeller, and there are Christmas lights stuck in it. He starts pulling the Christmas lights out of the propeller, and Santa Jaws eats him. And Georgina is like, holy cow, shark just ate Mike. That's nuts. And she actually gives a more believable performance than Cody about Mike just getting eaten. After all of that happens, Cody and Steve go to the girl's house. I think her name is Jenna. Go to Jenna's house to get the comic. Jenna's like, oh, I left that in a boat by the dock. Word. Alright, so they go to the dock to get the comic, and while they're there, something horrendous happens. There's a guy dressed up in an elf costume, and while he's having lunch, he dangles his legs over the dock, and the shark pushes a boat into his legs, which chop off his legs. And then he starts walking on his stubs towards the kids, like bloodied stubs, and the kids are like, whoa. That's crazy. And then the shark bumps into the dock, which makes the man fall into the water and then get eaten and blood come up from the water. And the kids are like, what? This is serious, guys. Horrors beyond my comprehension. think that was Santa Jaws. Just the dramatic difference from initially seeing this horrible thing to getting to the comic shop and talking about it is like such a stark difference.
We just saw an elf turn into a Christmas dinner.
While they're at the comic shop, they're all like, what can we do to fight these creatures? And the comic owner's like, look at all these weapons I have. And they're like really old crossbows and fake spears and maces. And they all go to the dock. And when I say all, I mean all the kids, plus Josh, which is Cody's older brother, and Georgina, because Josh took Georgina to the comic store to get in contact with Cody, because Georgina's like, I saw Santa Jaws too. The sequel. Then when they're at the dock, they have to lure the shark to them by playing Christmas music. They do so, and Cody gets his crossbow and is like, I'm gonna shoot this guy. And he says this line.
Come to Dad.
It's just, it feels so inappropriate. I hate it when anybody says it, but when a snarky little loser kid says it, it's just like, go back to Reddit. But what's really funny is that right after saying this and he shoots the crossbow, they cut to like the scene where the arrow fires and it looks like they just threw the arrow into the water. It's really silly. It's so silly. What makes this movie really funny is how serious it takes itself, but I feel like it was directed in a way that it's supposed to be unserious, but they direct it like it's a serious situation. It's just, it makes it very funny to watch. Like, you know, in action movies, how they deliver very stereotypical action quips that are punny, but it's funny in these sorts of serious situations when it's coming from like kids and it's about Santa Jaws. It's just silly. Also, during this sequence, Georgina gets Christmas lights wrapped around her from the shark because the shark tossed up Christmas lights and it wraps around her and pulls her into the water. But she was sucking on a candy cane, which made it sharp. And then she stabbed the shark and pulled out its eye. So from this, everyone's like, so the only way to kill Santa Jaws is to be Christmas. And nobody's like, dude, that is the third person who's died in front of us today. How much more of this carnage can we take? It feels like we are the only people who can do anything about this, but we could obviously get authorities to do something about this because they're obligated to answer a 911 call. I've seen way too much. Kids should not be subjected to this, and I've seen way more death than the average kid has. Gruesome deaths. But we are gonna make explosive ornaments and candy crossbows. It's like so whimsical that they forget that people are literally dying around them. And it's funny when Georgina dies because Josh, the older brother, is the only one that's like, Georgina, no! Steve and Josh get into a little tussle afterwards about how Georgina would still be alive if Josh could only throw better. And then Cody steps between them and is like, Stop fighting! It's not gonna solve a damn thing.
God, back up!
Fighting isn't gonna change what happened.
And it's just funny because it's coming from like a 10-year-old. Guys, stop it! This will not solve a thing! We have to work together. You know what? Little bro has a point. They make all these Christmas items and then go to the dock to try to kill the shark again. And they hit it a couple times with the candy crossbow. And then Josh is throwing some of those, or not Josh, Steve is throwing some of those ornaments into the water to, you know, explode and stuff in Christmas style. And he accidentally drops one on the deck and goes to pick it up. I was like, don't worry, guys. I almost died. And then the shark eats him. Everybody's dying. And Cody does his scream as in pain. And then right afterwards is like, okay, we gotta do something about the shark. You know, at this point, finally, because they were talking about, oh my gosh, I actually forgot. I forgot because I forgot. That's how it happens. Let's rewind a little bit. Go back to the comic shop. When they were all in the comic shop getting their weapons and whatnot, Cody had his pen and it had German on the box. And obviously Jenna could read the German because she just can. And it's like, whoever writes with this pen can get what they want kind of thing. After everyone's died, Cody's like, wait, what if we use the pen to kill the shark? The thing that can create anything. Wow, I mean, shoot. Why didn't we... Why didn't we use that at the beginning? It's like if Thanos... I know I'm using this example because I feel like most people would understand it. It's like if Thanos had that power glove, you know, that could alter reality and do whatever, and he like set it on his nightstand, and then he like sat at the end of his bed and he's like, what can I do to get rid of the Avengers? I gotta think long about this one. Maybe I can start working out, you know, watch my figure, and then get really strong and beat him up. Let's do that. So after Steve died, Josh is like, dang, I left my pen at the comic store. We gotta go back. So they go back and they find that the comic store owner created himself a human being girlfriend. The implications of that are insane. To just... Anyways, like $100K in cash and a new car. And when they go to try to find the pen, the comic store owner's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I've always had this money and this beautiful girlfriend. Stupid! Sorry. I didn't mean it. And then the comic store owner runs away with his new car and the kids try to catch up on him. They drove to the comic store in a car, but the comic store owner got the keys to the car and threw it so they couldn't chase him in a car. If you leave your car with your windows down and your keys in the car, you are asking to get your car stolen. I fault the kids on this one. That's stupid. The comic store owner goes out of the car, or out of the comic store, gets the keys from their car, throws it into a ditch, and then gets in his car and drives away. So the kids steal bikes from the comic store and then go to chase him down. The guy decides to run away to a dock where Santa Jaws exists and tries to get away on a boat, on a little rowboat with no rows. So he's just on a boat, just floating away. He's like, "Don't test me, I'll drop it into the water. I'll do it right now." He's like, "I could get so many girls and money and things." Dude, you could cure cancer. You could end world poverty. I could get myself a brand new PS5. You could buy that. I don't know. You could get a girlfriend for free. Did you know? This might be crazy, okay? Did you know that, girls are priceless? People do not have a price tag? Holy cow. Just be a good person. Whoa! Be a good person? That's almost as crazy as, wow, that's actually not crazy. Being a good person. Huh, I didn't think about that. Oh my gosh, I forgot again. Dude, Mom and Dad are like, okay, maybe we should check on the yacht. We're doing a little flashback again. Mom and Dad go to Mike's yacht that he rented and see the Christmas lights out there and also Mike's captain hat in the water. The dad tries to reach for the Mike's captain hat and backs away as soon as Santa Jaws, you know, tries to kill him. And Mom and Dad are like, oh my gosh, Santa Jaws is real. Holy cow. That means my brother is dead. So they go home and they get an assault rifle to shoot the shark. At one point, the mom and dad are on a dock and are like, there it is! I see ripples in the water coming towards us. So that has to be Santa Jaws. And the mom has this great little short dialogue that would sound so much better if it wasn't coming from like the most northern white mom voice ever.
You took Papa and Mike. I will not let you take my boys! Get away from my boys!
I'll put a cap in your head. I don't care. I'll do it. I'm gonna put a cap in your freaking neck. Anyways, I actually think that this is how the movie plays out. They cut between the chase and then the parent shooting the shark, which it wasn't a shark, it was a crocodile, and back to the chase. Whoa, windshield wiper my freaking forehead. They catch up to the guy. The guy's like, I'm gonna drop it into the water. And Jenna tackles the guy, gets the pin, and throws it back to Cody, who's on the dock. Cody's like, I got it, everyone get here. And then the shark eats both Jenna and the comic guy. And literally everyone is dying. Cody and Josh are like, we gotta get home to Mom and Dad. But how are we gonna get home? And then they look over and they see the comic book guy's car. And Cody's like, yeah. Cody, oh my gosh. Bro has the shortest term memory. Or he's psychotic. And I'm thinking both. His two people that he knows, or one person that he was crushing on, and one person that he knows died right in front of him. That was that 5 people have died right in front of Cody. Cody's like, that car is pretty sick though, right? Dude, are you okay? I'm not okay. Are you okay? Dude, that car is so sick. We could drive it to Mom and Dad's and show them how cool the car is. Cody, look at me. Cody. What? So many people have died today. Are you okay? I'm sorry for not believing you or thinking that you were lying. I feel horrible. I feel horrible for seeing people die right in front of me. I feel horrible for not believing you. Are you okay? Dude, are you kidding me? I'm great. Look at that car. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh, I forgot again. Who has the worst short-term memory, me or Cody? You know, I don't know. I don't freaking know. At least I'm not apathetic. Holy shoot. Holy heck, guys. Before they leave to get in the car, Cody has his pen and is like, I'm gonna kill Santa Claus right now. And Josh was like, why don't you just like split the shark in half? And Cody's like, I don't want to accidentally create two sharks. Do you know how sharks work, Cody? Genuinely. Sharks are not worms. If you cut a shark in half, it's gonna stay in half. It is Santa Jaws, so Santa Jaws has unlimited power, I guess. I don't know. They're like, okay, well, we can't do that. So let's put a horn in its head. So they draw a little candy cane horn and it shoots into the shark's head. And the shark is just like, I have a horn now. So then Josh is like, how about we remove its teeth? Okay. Yeah, let's do that. They remove its teeth. Santa Jaws bumps into a dock. Some ornaments fall into the water. And Santa Jaws uses the ornaments to create ornament shard teeth. This movie is insane. Corey and Josh are at the restaurant and mom and dad are like, we saw Santa Jaws, but that could just be global warming. Yeah. And I'm not grounded. Nobody is believing Cody yet again, even after all of this. And Cody storms out and pouts sitting on a table. And then Cody's dad comes out and is like,
You okay?
No.
Then the family has this genius idea to rig up Christmas turkeys and set them with explosives to launch at the shark to kill it. So we're just gonna walk away from the pin thing. Okay. What if we drew Santa Jaws exploding and dying, or like being injected with like a poisonous material that I can make up because you can create anything. Hi. You guys wanna see my little guy? Came in here to say hi. Hi, bud. He's a little stinker. How you doing? They try to get these turkeys into the water. Then one of the turkeys accidentally misfires and just lands on the dock right in front of them. Josh tries to get down there and kick the turkey into the water. And then the shark comes out and stabs Josh with its new candy cane horn. Pulls him into the water. And then after this happens, the dad tries to jump into the water to save Josh. There's a shark in the water. I don't know if jumping into the water would do anything after seeing a shark with a candy cane horn eat your son. But he does that and then he dies. And then Cody has this brilliant idea to use the pin. Oh my gosh, it's literally the freaking solution to all of this. After all of this happens, the mom takes the pin from Cody and is like, it's just a pin, okay? It literally, you're stupid, son. This pin will not do anything. It's just a pin. Mom, did you not see Santa Jaws? He impaled your son with a candy cane horn. And it ate Dad.
This has gotta be global warming. This has gotta be global warming.
I think every character in this movie is actually a little dumb. Except for Grandpa. Grandpa didn't deserve this. Grandpa didn't deserve this. He just wanted a snort. Anyways, the mom gets the pin and they tussle and it accidentally goes to the dock below where obviously mom dies by getting, well, you know, I don't mean this sexually, but she gets eaten from the back. Okay. I'm sorry. That's just what happens. It literally gulps her from the back. Jeez. It literally does not. Anyways, Josh then has this genius idea. He writes in the comic, whatever, when the Santa Jaws dies, I get a wish. And then he lights the comic on fire, which kills the shark, blows it up, and then Josh wakes up in his bed again and everyone is alive. If you're telling me that this whole movie was a dream, crash out, legit reason to crash out. Dude, it's like every single movie or every single person in this movie is either delusional or apathetic because they see people die right in front of them and then they're like, this is weird, right? Definitely not my son with his magic pen. This is so weird. Anyways, like you see a person die right in front of you, that is not a healthy way to respond to this, or even a realistic way to respond to this. Like, you see somebody die right in front of you, you don't immediately jump to the problem. Man, I'm so glad to be home. Buddy! Oh, buddy. Hey dude, how's it going? Oh, not much. My dog just died, so, you know, I'm gonna like throw it away in the dumpster or something. Yeah, dude, I cried, so like, I'm fine. Oh yeah, dead dog. Right. Right, yeah. It's whatever. In the dumpster. And after goes. Play the new Rivals season yet? This was based around Corey drawing over his sketch. Why not burn the sketch? Why does the comic have to be burned? You know, they didn't write into the comic with the pen except to get a horn into the shark's head and to have no teeth. That makes no sense. Burn the sketch. I don't think the comic is the issue, but I guess it was actually. So Cody comes out of his room and sees everyone alive and well, and it's Christmas Day and everyone is opening presents, and the cinnamon rolls are almost ready, and Cody's like, I will take the cinnamon rolls out of the oven. And everyone's like, he's a good person now? He's taking cinnamon rolls out of the oven? Wow, I guess I really misjudged Cody. And we're all opening Christmas presents without Cody. Oh my gosh. You know what? Maybe Cody has a reason to crash out. You know, maybe I was too harsh on him. They're grounding him for Christmas and literally opening Christmas presents without him. That is crazy. And then when like 2 seconds later, after Cody's like, yeah, I'll take them out of the oven. He's like, oh, I forgot. And then he runs away and never takes them out of the oven. I bet the family thought that would happen. They were like, yeah, he's not gonna do that, but thanks, Cody. Yeah. He's not gonna do it. He's not. But everybody, you know, support him so he doesn't do anything irrational. And then it's funny, they're looking at the presents. They have like a little B-reel of everyone looking at the presents. Grandpa Joe pulls out something and he's like, whoa, a cranky D!
A cranky D! Yep.
What the heck is a cranky D? What is a cranky D? Is that like a fishing thing? It's gotta be, because that's his one characteristic, is fishing. You got me a cranky D! That's like a redneck rapper name, I feel like. Yo, I'm Cranky D! Give me some dip in a truck. The thing that Cody forgot is going up to Jenna's house to give her a comic so he can get Santa Jaws back from her. So this is like going back in time. So he's like, yeah, I'm confident now. And yeah, I'm cool like that. Then he goes to burn his comic again. Then he looks at his pen and has like an evil look in his eye and is like, the movie is insinuating that Cody is evil now. You know what? I believe it. I can believe that. Cody has not done anything in this movie to make himself redeemable. Like, sure, everyone hates him, but maybe there's a good reason behind the scenes that we don't know. Cody's like,
maybe I will make girls and money.
So anyways, it ends with Cody just being psychotic. That was Santa Jaws. Really, really dumb movie. It's like 80% puns. If you do watch it, this whole video could have been like 10 minutes long and it was just puns. And honestly, I feel like this, you know, Cody being a psychotic person is a little bit of a cop-out to what they could have done. So it would have been way creepier. Like, what if Cody tried to draw his family and his friends to bring them back to life, and they would just be like a slightly off version of who they were as a person? Because as human beings perceiving other human beings, we can only perceive as much as we know, because we don't know them completely. Nobody knows anybody completely. So having these creatures that Cody created to resemble their family and friends just slowly devolve into parrots repeating phrases and emotional quirks that only Cody could remember, and become these people who don't evolve over time, because that was the only way he could get a remnant of his family back. But hey, I mean, that sounds like a entirely different movie anyway. But you know, it begs the question, how much do we really know about each other? Think about a friend that you're really close to. How much do you really know about them? If you could draw them out, character detail sheet, every quirk, every human personality about them, would you be 100% on, or even close? Would you be 20% of who a person is? And even that question, would you be able to write down who you are as a person? This is a movie about a Santa Claus shark. I don't know why I'm being philosophical, but I just got there. But yeah, this movie is silly and it's dumb and it's fun. It's just like a silly, dumb time to just sit down and relax. No stakes, no bars, just a fun time. I also just wanted to put a note in here and say, I was noticing that they keep showing the sign of this comic store a lot. Like, they keep panning up to be like, here is the name of the comic store, and it's not just like undisclosed store location. So I was curious, I looked it up. This used to be a real comic store, and I guess they just closed down because it didn't get enough business, which makes me think that this movie was made in hopes to make money to keep the store open. Now I feel kind of bad making fun of it, because it's a fun little movie. It's just not like critically acclaimed good, but it's fun, and everyone should watch it. It's on Tubi, it's on Amazon. You can probably find it on YouTube. Go and watch it. It's a fun little movie. But if you want to take this to a certain type of game that you can play with your friends with a liquid that is age appropriate to yourself, whether that be mouthwash or water or alcohol, drink every time a pun is made and you'll be on the floor or quenched, because there are, like, this movie is 80% puns. But this is gonna be all for you today. You know, I wish I was more coherent with this. Yeah, I wish I was more coherent with this. But next time, I'll probably record this like right after watching it, because that way my thoughts will be fresh. I write these scripts down, but they sometimes don't encapsulate all of what I'm trying to remember. But I might make this into like a little series about just like really dumb movies that I think are fun. If you guys want to drop any comments about some dumb movies that you think I would like to watch, I will probably watch it, because I love watching really dumb, scary movies. But until then, like and subscribe, hit that bell. Hopefully I'll get this out before it's a month between the last video, because that's what I wanted to do, and hopefully a month before the next video too. I have some dumb movies in mind that I could put on here, or I might just do a good movie. I don't know. We'll see. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you for stopping by, and thank you for supporting this channel. I really do appreciate it. I like making you guys laugh. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the flip side. On the flip slide. Jeez. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Bye.